Okay, this video is for a bracket to hold this sound meter in my sound booth on the ledge. It's going to clip on the edge and hold it there. If you want just the files for this bracket, you don't want to learn the SolidWorks portion of it, links in the description for the files. You can just go download them for free. And there's a video here that will show you the whole project and it being used and the details and stuff. So anyway, this is SolidWorks Design. Let's jump in and let's design it. Okay, we're going to start with a right plane sketch. We're in inches. I'm going to design this whole thing in inches. I kind of switch back and forth, I know. I'm going to start there. Okay, long. Down from there. Not make this horizontal. I'm going to make it up. And we'll tweak that here in a little bit. Now, right click and drag upward to get your smart dimension. We're going to make this 0.65. We're going to make this 0.75. We're going to make the opening here 0.6. I'm going to make this vertical to that. Okay, that's the start of this. I'm going to put a little lip going on here. This is the width of my countertop. It's 0.625 actually, so it'll fit in there real well. It'll have a little trouble going in there, but it'll open itself up. So we're going to do a tangent arc here, off of here, and just kind of go downward here. That's good. And now let's right click and drag upward. If you don't know that, if you start dragging, you have some quick commands here. So that's smart dimension. And we're going to make that, make it a 1/16 of an inch. And I don't know, let's give it a dimension here. We'll make it 0.25. Okay, that's not so bad. Now let's put some radiuses on here. Let's go there and there. And we'll make maybe a 1/16 also. Yep. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go extrude this, and you might be thinking, this isn't a closed path, so how can you extrude it? Well, it's a thin feature. So we will go features. Let's get out of this sketch fillet and go extruded base. And now you can see it automatically picked thin feature. It says it's going to be 0.1 thick, which we'll tweak that. We're going to make this mid plane, and we're going to make it, I don't know, start with 2 inches maybe. I don't know, we'll tweak that a little bit. But the thickness of here, I want to make it, let's see what a 1/16 of an inch looks like. Maybe a little bit thicker. Let me add a 32nd to that. If you don't work in inches, then you're probably hating this, but that looks pretty good, I think. So we will hit OK. All right, there's the beginning of that's the part that hooks to the counter. Now I want to make a 45-degree angle bracket to hold this thing. And I've already measured it up, so I know what size I'm going to make it so it'll fit. Okay, so let's put in some reference geometry for this angled bracket portion of it. Select the top plane, reference geometry plane. And we're going to make one that's 45 degrees to that. And we are going to select the reference of, let's see, let's select that line right there. See how that looks. Flip offset. That's about right because it's going to clip on there and extend out going this way. So that's the plane we want. Alright, let's go ahead and make a sketch on it. And now we can draw our rectangle. I'm going to start on the edge of this and just draw a rectangle. I'm going to make a vertical with the center point, so now we have a centered rectangle. I want to make this, give a dimension of 1.9, no, 1.19. Try that. And this would be 2.19. And that. That's pretty good. Okay. Alright, now I want to break this center part here. So I'm just going to draw a couple lines here to act as something to trim with. Trim them. And I'm just going to go back and delete those. There might be an easier way to do that, but that's pretty easy. Put a center line in here, or a construction line in between those two, and make the midpoint vertical to that. Now we have a break in this thing that stays centered. Alright. And to clear for the buttons, we want to make it 1.4. Okay. Now, I think all we need is some radiuses. Let's add some radiuses in here. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to use that thin feature trick again. And feature, extrude. And we want to go, this is going to the inside here. I'm going to flip that around so it goes to the outside. Whoops. Flip that around so it goes to the outside. There we go. Now it's going to be all together there. So I want to go blind one direction, 1.25, and then 1.25 the other direction. That's pretty decent there. And now I think I want to make this slightly narrower. Let's make it 2 minus a 16th. There we go. Let's try to put some fillets in here. Let me save it first. Fillet. That'll work. Fillet. That'll work. Let's add one in here. Strengthen this up. Yeah. Let's try that. See what that looks like. I think that looks pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So now our piece will slide onto the counter here, and our meter can slide down into this tube. Let's print it and see how it works.